Hello, Miss Newbie. I understand that you're interested in adding conversion tracking code to your website so you can track leads generated by Google AdWords. I know that conversion tracking code is new to you, so I thought I'd take a second just to explain what it's all about. Conversion tracking code is a snippet of code that is generated from the Google AdWords interface. This snippet of code is then inserted on your website within the website coding, be it HTML or PHP or ASP, whatever kind of code that you have your website designed in. So again, the code is generated by the Google AdWords interface, provided to you, copy and paste it into a page on your website. Now the pages on your website that you want to track are pages that happen at the end of an action, and the action could be a purchase, a sign up, or perhaps even a contact form that's submitted. But the end of that action would be a thank you or confirmation page that would then hold this conversion tracking code. And the reason is that you have completed the process, then arrived at this thank you or confirmation page. So we know that the whole process that needs to take place has taken place. The conversion code again is put on this confirmation or thank you page. It's a piece of JavaScript that is recognized by the AdWords interface and therefore pulls back data into the interface as far as the keyword and ad text that generated that lead or sale or sign up. So incredibly important information, very valuable to us, because while CTR and quality score and those kinds of metrics such as impression share are super important for us to look at as far as our performance of our AdWords accounts, ultimately, the sales and those signups and truly the actions that we're looking to achieve with AdWords, being able to see that information is just golden. So that's the purpose of conversion tracking. And again, we place that on certain pages of our website to track those actions. So to create a piece of conversion tracking code, we're going to visit the Reporting and Tools tab and the Conversions link from the drop-down menu. Once the page loads, we're going to select New Conversion because we're going to create a new piece of conversion tracking code. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give the conversion action a name. So for instance, for the purpose of this demo, let's say that we're going to track a purchase off of the website. So we're going to name this a purchase. Again, you can give this any kind of descriptive name that you'd like that serves your purposes, and then we're going to select a tracking purpose for our conversion action. There are several that you can select from, including views of a key page if there's just certain page views you'd like to track. But for our purposes, we're going to select purchase or sale, and then we're going to save and continue so that we can continue generating our code. You're going to be given several selections here from security level. So if you're going to be under a secure server at that time of the confirmation or thank you page showing, is for instance at the end of a checkout process, you very well may be secure. You're going to want to pick a secure setting. If you're not in a secure setting on that thank you or confirmation page, you can go ahead and pick an unsecure setting with HTTP. You can provide revenue data for your conversion. So for these purposes, let's say I generate $10 per sale. You're going to select the page language that you'd like to, that your page, your landing page is in. And then you're going to choose the text format for your ads. And this is going to be just because there are users that will be able to see your tracking methods. And these Google site stats let people know that basically their information is being somewhat tracked and collected. Customize the background color for the information, the code that appears on the site. Again, if you have a white background page, we're going to pick a white background color so it blends in nicely. Black background page would be a black color, so it blends in nicely. You're going to go ahead and save to get your conversion tracking code. And then if you scroll down, here is your conversion tracking code that the interface has generated for you. The conversion tracking code again needs to be installed into the code of your web page. This would be the thank you or the confirmation page, basically within the body tags of the page. If you are going to be making the changes yourself, you could just simply copy and paste this code into the appropriate area of the page that you want to track. If you are going to be sending the code to a third party like a website designer, you can use this function here, send conversion tracking code to somebody else, and then you'll be prompted to include an email address of the person that you'd like the code to be sent to. Also with that will be instructions for where in the page to insert that conversion tracking code. So that is basically the process of creating and then collecting your conversion tracking code. The next process again would be to install it on the website. What I suggest people do after they have installed the code on their website and then verified by looking at their source code of their web page that the conversion tracking code is indeed included, is to go and run a test conversion on your own. And to do that, I would view your account, select a very inexpensive keyword, as inexpensive as possible, do a search on that keyword, and actually click your AdWords ad and complete the action process that you're trying to track so that you can see if it is working or not. Once you've done that, begin to check and see if this unverified turns to verified. It could take up to 24, maybe even 48 hours for that first test conversion to be picked up by the interface. But once it is, again, everything should show as verified from that point. And when you click this Web Pages tab, it should show you the exact URL of the confirmation or thank you page where the code resides. Again, it could take a little bit of time for it to be picked up, this test conversion that you do. If you don't see it after, say, 48 hours, I would troubleshoot at that point and look at your source code and make sure that the code did get implemented correctly. And if you still can't figure it out, perhaps contact Google's customer support. They're very helpful with these kinds of matters. So that is basically setting up and installing conversion tracking code, Miss Newbie. If you have any questions, feel free to pop into the forum and ask. One other thing that I do want to mention, though, Miss Newbie, is once you have your code set up and installed, one thing that I wanted to share with you, Miss Newbie, before I cut you loose, is that you can customize the columns that appear in your AdWords interface so that they include conversion data. So on several levels, the campaign, ad group, and keyword level, look for that columns button and then come in and enable your conversion data to show so that you can be able to see the conversion data straight next to your keywords and ad text to give you better insight on where you're achieving those leads via AdWords. So take care. Have a good day.